Yo, so guys, welcome back to another video. This is a reaction to top 10 most dramatic footage of natural disasters caught on camera. And I mean, yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory, to be honest. I've done a lot of reactions similar to these kinds of videos, but I guess those reactions are more individual, so I'll do a reaction to the Joplin tornado and stuff like that, but individual reactions. I don't think I've ever done reactions on like sort of lots of different footages, lots of bits of footage from different disasters. There we go. And I mean, yeah, I mean, I'm sure it'll be interesting. I'm sure a lot of it will be quite like shocking, but you seem to enjoy these reactions, so I'm here to react to them. But yeah, hopefully you're going to enjoy. Quick shout out to my Instagram, my Twitter, links in the description for those interested. Same for my Patreon, links were there for those interested. But let's just jump into it, man. Watch Mojo. So I'm hoping it's not too much of a frustrating video, because I feel like the narrator is one of those narrators that just wants to make you rip your ears out. But we'll try and firm it. We'll try and withstand the pain. Hopefully you do too. Let's just get into it.
You never know when disaster is going to strike, but sometimes cameras capture the drama and devastation. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our...
This reminds me of New York. Wasn't New York flooded? Or isn't New York flooded like crazy right now? Like absolutely crazy.
Picks for the top 10 most dramatic footage of natural disasters.
What the f...
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're looking at the most extraordinary footage of adverse natural events caught on camera.
What the fuck was that? What the fuck was this? That scared the...
Adverse natural events.
What is this? That scared the fuck out of me. Oh my days. Camera.
Number 10, the Great Miami Tornado. Tornadoes seem to love wide open.
How have I never seen this in my life? I do all these tornado reactions and I've never seen this once.
Open spaces. But in May 1997, an F1 tornado decided to march right into Miami. As if realizing its mistake, the twister tripped lightly through downtown, bumped into a cruise ship, jumped over most of Biscayne Bay, flipped a car, and then vanished. The damage was small, but the apocalyptic images of a tornado looming amidst skyscrapers grabbed international headlines.
The noise was something like I never heard something like that.
Of course, tornadoes don't actually prefer farmland. There's just more rural area in the world than urban. And the footage of the Great Miami Tornado was a dramatic reminder.
I guess it wasn't actually as chaotic as the other things that I've seen, but just the footage alone, that was nuts. And it shows if it was a more brutal tornado, the damages would have been endless.
That even tornadoes sometimes visit the big city. Number 9, debris flow in Grunier, Switzerland. In August 2018, the sleepy alpine village Grunier in Chamazon, Switzerland, received an unexpected and decidedly unwelcome visitor. It began as a rumble and was at first confined to a narrow canal. But as shocked onlookers watched and filmed, the river of black mud overwhelmed the channel and rampaged through the town, over roads and into cars and houses. The disaster came after intense...
Oh, it's this one. What the hell? I've never seen this ever. Like, what the fuck?
Rainfall from a sudden storm, which had caused a river higher up the mountain to burst its banks. There were no reported casualties, but a heck of a lot of mess.
Yeah, look at the mess in cars and the
Number
houses.
8, Mount Ontake eruption. When we think volcanoes, we think fire and brimstone, rivers of lava, and a rain of hot hell from above. Pyroclastic flows, however, which are currents of gas and volcanic debris, are often...
There's someone recording this.
Much...
Unless it's just the camera, because these are the most dangerous parts of volcanoes, aren't they? The eruptions, the actual pyroclastic flows. They're so hot that you're gonna die if you're caught in one. Like, I'm assuming it's just the camera, right? But
deadlier, rushing downhill.
Yeah, it must just be
at average speeds of 62 miles per hour, and sometimes up to 7 times faster than that. In September 2014, as hikers strolled up Mount Ontake on the Japanese island Honshu, a cloud of steam and ash suddenly exploded from the summit and unfurled across the sky. The onrushing flow was captured by a documentary crew and by a hiker as he scrambled for cover. 63 people lost their lives. The hiker here was one of the lucky ones.
Wow.
Number 7, Loma.
Oh my... Fuck. That is unreal. I'm surprised I've not seen any of these yet. Now, this is one that I do know a lot about. This is to do with the Wasn't it the bridge that collapsed?
La Prieta earthquake.
Oh no, it wasn't. That's another one. That's the can't remember which one that was. This is the when the baseball game was going on. Unless it was a
Tuesday afternoon, October 17th, 1989. Thousands of baseball fans waited with bated breath in San Francisco's Candlestick Park for Game 3 of the World Series, while others watched from home on TV. What they got was something else. It was the first live broadcast of a major earthquake on national television.
I'll tell you what, we're having an earthquake.
I've seen this many times. It's so mad.
A slip in the San Andreas Faults triggered a short but powerful earthquake of magnitude 6.9 on the Richter scale, sending the Bay Area into chaos and leaving 63 dead and thousands injured. Security cameras and camcorders captured the moment when the banal suddenly became the unimaginable, as shoppers dodged shelves and students were jostled in their classrooms. Number 6. The Chelyabinsk Meteor. A catastrophe from space is probably the last kind of disaster you expect. But meteors enter our atmosphere more often than we'd like to dwell on. Right, dinosaurs? In 1908, an explosion attributed to a meteorite over the Stony Tunguska River in Russia flattened 770 square miles of woodland. More recently, on the morning of February 15, 2013, Russia was visited from space again, this time over Chelyabinsk Oblast in the Ural region. Multiple dash cams caught a searing white light trailing fire across the sky before it...
So if it was like a meteor, yeah, that could actually wipe out humanity or wipe out a very, like, a lot of... Say this meteor wiped out the whole of sort of like the Europe and like sort of Asian continents or like countries on the continent. How big would that be? Would that cover up the whole screen? I guess it would, because this is so small. It didn't actually really do any damage in the grand scheme of things. How big would it have to be to do that? I mean, I know the sizes, but how would it look on the screen? I mean, I don't know if anyone could answer that, but if you can, let me know.
Exploded in midair.
Wait, meteor strikes injures height. Oh, it actually did. 1,000 people. Oh, well, I didn't know then. I didn't know it like actually affected people. I just thought like landed and didn't hurt anyone, but obviously not.
Shattering windows and injuring at least 1,500 people.
And then all hell broke loose. Dizzying explosions, shattering windows, knocking these office workers to the ground.
Number 5. The Indian Ocean Tsunami.
This one's nuts. I feel like this is the one that I studied in geography when I was in school. There's like a documentary of it. I feel like this is from the documentary. It's nuts. And there's a film about it as well, I think. Unless it's is it the Japanese tsunami? Maybe
tsunami.
That's the one.
Propelled by a powerful undersea earthquake.
Tsunamis, man, they scare me. They scare me so much.
The Indian Ocean tsunami devastated the coastlines of 14 countries. It was one of the worst natural disasters in recorded history, with a horrific estimated death toll of 230,000. In parts of Indonesia, Thailand, and Malaysia, the sea first receded, enticing people to run out onto the exposed.
And that's what I learned through geography as well. When you see the seas going out, man, you want to get away as far as you can, because it's about to come back 10,000 times stronger or faster or whatever.
Sand and reefs. But massive tsunamis up to 100 feet high soon followed. At some beaches, the first wave seemed harmless, but as they grew in strength, they inundated homes, hotels, and streets. Home recordings from the tragedy shocked the world, showing people riding waves of debris or floating adrift in drowned cities. Number 4. The California wildfires. In the second half of 2017, the worst wildfires on record raged through California, destroying almost 10,000 structures and taking the lives of 47 people. First responders caught stunning footage of the Tubbs and Atlas fires as they drove through the inferno and fought the flames. But some of the most memorable and frightening footage was taken by a driver on the Interstate 405. As December's Skirball fire consumed the Sepulveda Pass in Bel Air, the entire hillside seemed to be one glowing coal, like a hellish mountain. The fire burned through 422 acres before it was contained. Number 3. Everest avalanche. In the wake of the April 2015 Gorkha earthquake, footage from around Nepal showed temples toppled and homes reduced to rubble. Almost 9,000 people lost their lives in the tragedy. Meanwhile, on the roof of the world, even the mountains shook from the quake, sending an avalanche down from the peak of Pumori near Everest. Hikers at South Base Camp heard the rumble and felt the ground tremble first, before a massive blast of snow swept over them.
Fuck me, man. How have I never seen these things before? Look at you just coming over them.
Shook from the quake, sending an avalanche down from the peak of Pumori
Jeez.
near Everest. Hikers at South Base Camp heard the rumble and felt the ground tremble first, before a massive blast of snow swept over them. The survivors emerged into a white world of torn tents and buried equipment, with at least 19 people killed in the terrible disaster.
Bro, this
Number
is
2,
nuts.
the Mount St. Helens eruption.
Crazy, man. Bro, this video is nuts. I mean, I knew this. I mean, it's hard not to make this video look just crazy and interesting, but I mean, fuck, there's a lot of things that I've never heard of. It shows how much I know about the world, man. Jeez, I'm so like baffled. I thought these would all be things that I've seen before, but nah, man. I feel like number 1 is going to be, maybe it's the Japanese tsunami. Is that the one? Is it the one that I'm
The
thinking of?
weeks-long buildup of Washington State's
Maybe
infamous
it's the Indian
stratovolcano
tsunami.
in 1980 was slow and spectacular. Blue flame burned in the stratovolcano's craters, and lightning generated by static electricity arced through ash clouds. The ground shook, and steam hissed from the summit. But this was all just a prelude to the morning of May 18th. In one unbelievable moment, the north flank slid away, triggering a massive VEI-5 eruption that tragically killed more than 50 people. The entire mountain...
Crazy how something like that kills so little people. I mean, it's still a sad loss of life, right? But it's like it wasn't near like a lot of big civilizations. Probably for right reasons, because who's rightly going to build a city near a volcano? But
side
still.
seems to disintegrate and pour away like liquid in the largest landslide ever recorded, and the most disastrous eruption in American history. Number 1, the Tohoku earthquake and tsunami.
Yeah,
Footage of the Tohoku tsunami
I thought it was in 2001 for some reason. It's still the one that I'm thinking of,
revealed
though.
scenes of unparalleled devastation. Waves barreled over houses and entire towns disappeared, while boats and flaming debris were carried far inland. Sweeping over northeast Japan, the tsunami took the lives of 16,000 and destroyed
That is absolutely fucked, man. Look at it. Look how brutal it
countless
is.
homes. From above, its dramatic, unstoppable advance had the horrifying quality of a nightmare. On the ground, people ran up hillsides to escape, as streets became rushing waterways. These apocalyptic scenes shocked the world, the result of an earthquake so powerful, it shifted the planet on its axis.
New technology left an enormous amount of visual evidence for study in years to come, and can perhaps help us better understand the power of earthquakes and tsunamis, and prevent loss of life in the future.
What is that city called, or what is that town called again? Wait, what's it called? I want to see how it's doing now. If it is the is it Sendai? Sendai. Earthquake 2011. I would love to see like pictures of how the city's doing now, or how the town's doing now. I don't know. I don't really know if I can find it or not. But man, it is fucked. But this video was wild, man. I'm not even gonna lie. I mean, yeah. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. She talks about mass death like she's talking about cooking her noodles. We're up to all the lives lost in this disaster, of course, man. Fun fact: the Japanese earthquake was so powerful it moved Japan by 8 feet. Bloody hell, man. This is like a throwback to Watch Mojo episode. Tsunamis look scary, like the calm before the panic. I mean, with Japan moving 8 feet, if it's to the direction of China, they might want to do it more, because I swear China and Japan have got a lot of beef going. They got a lot of beef going. They forgot about the Australian wildfire. Shit, there's probably a lot of clips that weren't in this, to be honest. Man, some of these are absolutely terrifying. I live in Ireland, so we don't really get any of these disasters. Sort of makes you count your blessings. Same for me, man. It makes me so like sort of thankful that I don't personally like have to deal with this. But man, it's still just absolutely ridiculous. Her voice is so cheerful, even though she's talking about these deeply tragic events causing so much misery, like an Indian Ocean tsunami. I mean, to be fair, she's probably just reading from a script or something. But I feel like Watch Mojo is trying to tell us something. Wouldn't be a coincidence if they made this before 2021. Yeah, fuck's sake. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this. I mean, it's a very kind of depressing video, but it shows a lot. Did I say episode? Very depressing video. Did I say episode? Oh my god, what is going on? But it's interesting, man. And again, I was so surprised. I knew about 3 or 4 of these. I thought I would have known about all of these, man. Shows how little I know about this world. But if maybe you want me to react to a lot of these or some of these individually and maybe some others that weren't here, let me know. But yeah, hopefully enjoy this reaction. More on the way like this. And until next time, like, subscribe. Peace.